Seven chambers of business. What are they? So what are the seven chambers of business? What does that mean? Hold up, mic check. I see the homie JB. JB, mic check. How am I sounding, man?
Peace, brother. Loud and clear, man. You're all good.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much.
No.
I'm gonna get back at you, brother. So, what is this? What is the seven pillars of business? What are you talking about? I'm mildly familiar with the seven natural laws, or the seven pillars for which wisdom has built her house on. But you're talking about seven pillars of business. I mean, what is this, bro? And why is this necessary? Let me tell you something. There's doing business and there's doing business properly. This is the foundation. So, if we're going to do business, and if y'all going to do business with me, we have to have the proper foundation for which to build that business on top of. So I would be remiss, and I would loathe to not bless my family, because that's what we are, we family. I love y'all. What I consider the seven chambers of business. Now, look, I didn't get this out of a book. I'm not lying. This was just a show topic I came up with, but I really dug deep into the things that I know helped to attribute to the successes that I've been able to achieve in commerce, period. Now, successes, as far as I'm concerned, without bragging or getting into anything, because I ain't no bragger, and I'm just like y'all. But the bottom line is I don't have to work to take care of my food, clothing, and shelter, which is our largest bill. So it's like I'm not working to live or exist on this earth. The necessities of life are food, clothing, and shelter, and I don't have to, quote, work a job in order to provide these things for myself or my family. But I would consider that free, and I would consider that success. And I don't know what you consider success, but, beyond being free, I guess it's the challenges that you find within yourself that you must achieve. But ultimately, success for me is being free of the commercial bondage of slavery. Working to live, working to exist. And if you're working for food, clothing, and shelter, I think there it is. But, that's just me. That's my opinion. So I dug deep, doing it myself, and I came up with these seven pillars. So I can't give you a publication. I can't email you if y'all email me like, yo, so email me that seven. I can't. Just write this down if you think it's proper. If not, you'll know the vibration will pick up, and you'll know whether there's something to move with or not. So I'm going to start off with the first chamber of business. And let's just say the seven chambers of successful business. So like these, in my opinion, are what is necessary in order to build a successful business. I don't care what you're selling. It could be dirt, bubble gum, computers, a dream. Don't matter what you're selling. If you ain't, in my opinion, if you ain't building your business on these pillars, you're playing yourself. First pillar is belief or knowledge. Okay, let me qualify this. Belief for my believers and knowledge for my knowers. So y'all know what I'm saying. To me, pretty much, or pretty similar. All right? So the first pillar, belief or knowledge. Not belief or knowledge that, something's going to save you or anything like that. Belief or knowledge in the fact that actual factual, that you can do this. And how do you know? there are people, individuals in history, individuals that you've seen, that you know personally, individuals that you've met, individuals that you've read about or watched a movie about successful. Okay? So the first one is, do you believe or do you know that you have what they have, that you can be successful? And whatever drives that, part of mine was I've dealt with so much negativity in my life. I mean, I said this, a few years back. I said, I've dealt with so much negativity in my life, it's time for me to start dealing with the positivity. I paid in a lot. When is it my turn? I decided it was my turn. So that's her. So if you believe or know within yourself that you're done with this W-2, working for someone else, helping other people get rich, paying these exorbitant amounts of taxes, getting all this stuff withheld, being in debt, when you just know unequivocally or you believe unequivocally, whichever one you're rocking with, that you're just finished in it, it's whatever it takes. When you just know you're done, I'm done. It's either a decision or an epiphany. It just happens one night. You just realize, like, I'm done. Or you have to convince yourself over time that you're done. That's the first chamber. The first chamber of business is the knowledge or belief, it's on you, that you're about to do this. I'm about to start this business, and I'm going to do it right, whatever it takes. That's a knowledge or a belief, Whichever way, you got to have that knowledge. It has to be unequivocal. This is about to happen. What is about to happen? I'm going to be one-legged, crippled, blind, and crazy, but this is about to happen. That's the first chamber of business. Seriously. If you don't have that, if that's not what you're rocking with, if you don't have the knowledge, or the unequivocal belief that you're about to go into business and you're done with what you've been doing, and this is it, and you're going to change, and this is it, no matter what, don't even start. Don't even start it. So you got to know. First chamber is knowledge. First chamber is you got to know. This is it. This is what it is. I'm going to do this, whether it's for your child, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for your mother or your father because they're getting old, and they lost half their savings in the last financial crisis. And you're not getting to a point where you know how much this stuff costs and it's not looking good for mom or dad or whatever your reason is. You want to save the children, save the whales, save the earth, save just whatever. Save the goats, save the leatherback turtles, whatever it is. It's got to be that. You got to know that. And know that you're going to do it and know that you can do it. First chamber. Second chamber is dedication. No matter how talented you are, doesn't matter. I've seen it with my own eyes. No matter how talented you are, no matter who your dad is, who your mom is, doesn't matter if you're lucky, doesn't matter how good looking you are, doesn't matter. If you don't have dedication and perseverance, I will put that in there too, perseverance. In there with the second chamber. You don't have dedication and perseverance, it's done. These are mental chambers before you can manifest anything. You got to be dedicated to that cause. When you're sick, when you're unhappy, when you're happy, when you're busy, when you got a lot on your plate. That's why I tell a lot of people when I consult with them, I say, well, what do you really love? Start with that. Make money off that. Because, during the ups and downs of you trying to make money off what you love, you'll love it. So you'll continue doing it. But it's dedication, period. Let me give you a statistic. what is it, 90% of all businesses that begin fail within their first 5 years. They go bankrupt or dissolve or whatever. And of the 10% that make it, 99% of those fail within the next 10 years somehow, or get bought out or something. It just doesn't work. So you got to be that 1%. You got to understand, like, look, there's got to be, I feel like there's a few things that each person, each human being should take into consideration to be the best at. And it takes dedication to be the best at something, and it takes perseverance to be the best at something. And to be successful in business, you have to be good, if not the best, in your area or in your market sector, because you're not the only one selling that good or service. Please understand, there's a lot of competition. If you can't stand up to competition through dedication and perseverance, you're done. Third chamber. No doesn't hurt. The word no, N-O. You got to learn to not have that affect you emotionally. Actually, you got to be happy. You got to learn to be happy when you hear the word no. How does that make sense? I'm sure that goes against, you want to buy my product? No. As a business owner, I don't want to hear that, right? So what are you talking about? So, no. I'm going to say it like this. When you hear no, I love it. When I hear no, I'm going to tell you why. Especially when it comes to business. Because no tells me to stop wasting my time. I understand the most valuable commodity I will ever have is my time. Can't replace that. I can get more gold, more Federal Reserve notes, more water, more biscuits, more gravy. I can't get more time. So me trying to continue to contract or continue to do something or continue to sell this or to continue to do anything in a position where it's not going to happen, I'd rather hear no than anything else. I love the word no in business. It makes me smile. Thank you. I will shake your hand with meaning, with nobility, and with sincerity. And for real, be serious when I tell you to have a great day. Because I'm absolutely serious. The third pillar or the third chamber of business is no doesn't hurt. You actually like hearing the word no. You're going to hear a lot of no's. Get used to it. It's the yeses that matter. And that's what you focus on. Same thing you ask any sharpshooter that can ping, ping, and shoot all the bullseyes. How many times do you miss versus how many times you've hit the bullseye? And if they're being honest, watch how their neck cocks and they look up to the left. Their left, your right. And how they think about that. How many times did you miss? How many times did you not make it? How many times did you train? How many times did you not do those 10 push-ups or not make that deadline? How many times we failed and what we learned from that? No doesn't hurt. Fourth pillar, teachability. Teachability. How teachable are you? What's your willingness to learn? Looks like from a number of 1 to 10. Doesn't matter. It could be a midget, half man, half dolphin walk up on you and start talking to you. Are you willing to sit there and put aside everything that you see before your eyes to hear what this midget, half man, half dolphin has to say, especially if they're talking about business? How teachable are you? Does your cup runneth over? If I'm trying to tell you something or you're trying to learn something, or do you have too many preconceived notions that you can't grasp the new information and learn how to do something differently? Are you in a position to where you are so off monetarily and beneficial with what you've been doing for this long that you can afford not to learn something new? And can you acknowledge and admit that? On a scale from 1 to 10, how teachable are you? And be honest. Take your medicine. And with that medicine will come why you're not teachable, and then you can start getting rid of those reasons why you're not teachable and become more teachable. But the fourth chamber of business is you need to be willing to learn at all times. The business landscape, markets, these are ever changing, ever convulsing realms. Things happen fast. We have to be able to think on our feet, move on our feet, learn how to do different things in a moment's notice. to be able to learn. You have to be teachable. There's going to be people who are going to be your mentors. You may not respect their personal choices, how they treat their husband or their cat. But is that going to cloud you to where you can't learn? If you can't learn from a midget, half dolphin, half man, what you're supposed to learn, you're not teachable. And you're going to make the same decision that 99% of other business owners made. They dismiss that half dolphin, half man midget. Whereas the 1% that are successful, the 1% are going to listen to that. I'm going to stop. They're just going to listen. All right? Now, everyone else that ignored and judged a book by a cover, they didn't learn. They did, and I'm going to use what I learned from the Dolphin Man against y'all because it's for the benefit of my private state. And going up against people like me in commerce, my people get hurt because my people aren't educated in the way that I am commercial-wise. You know, business, commercial business law, you know, all these different contract law. And that's what these people count on, is for people to be ignorant and not understand these chambers of business. Not understand that you need to continue to learn. And legislation is always changing. Congress is steadily passing new laws with regards to how the entity that you're administering is governed. You know, stay up on that. You'll be in the black 1 year, next year regulation changes, you're not teachable, you didn't learn. And the next year you were all good. Last year you made $100,000. Next year you made $100,000, but nope, you made $20,000 because this thing changed. You didn't learn it. You weren't teachable, and there's the fee, there's the fine. It can happen very quickly. So the fourth pillar, teachability, creativity. Not even playing. You got to be creative. If you don't have creativity, sit down. If you can't muster up creativity, if you're constantly looking at someone else and what they're doing and concerned with what they're doing and not really trying to be creative and create your own thing, don't work for someone. You have to be creative in order to be a business owner, so to speak. Even though we own nothing and control everything. But y'all know what I'm talking about. You have to be creative. With financing, with logistics, how are you getting your materials? How you see, is it cheaper? Is that? You got to be creative. You have to be able to be creative. If you have no creativity, if you can't think outside the box, or work for someone that can, then you'll probably be successful. Or work for a couple of people who can, and they'll be successful. I'll tell you this: you can be creative. We're all creative. We're created by the Creator. And are you not who your father was or is? Exactly. So you're the child of the Creator, and create, my brother. Create, my sister. And quit playing games. Fifth pillar is creativity. You got to tap into your creativity. Fifth chamber. I'm sorry. Fifth chamber. I'm kind of running through these, but I'm going to go through them again. And then I'm going to open up for questions and answers because I don't really want to get too deep this episode. I want to talk about the stuff that isn't talked about. People talk about, I got the 9A number, I got the EIN, the corporate business credit, the Duns Bradstreet number, System 401 management, all this other stuff. And I'm talking about the mental necessity. I mean, you got to know the plays. I got to know the plays for a power forward when I go out on the basketball court. If I don't know the plays, it's a wrap. I can be able to jump, dunk, crossover, blah, blah, blah. But once the play is run, I'm done. So if it's not in my mind, I can't manifest it on the basketball court. Okay? So these are the 7 chambers of business, 7 mental chambers of business. Creativity is the 5th chamber. You got to be creative, y'all. Tap into it. 6th chamber is patience. I could probably do a whole show on this, and I'm not even going to go too heavy, but I'm going to tell you this. Just acknowledge. I'm not even going to say nothing about my brothers and my sisters, so we're not talking about you, and I'm not talking about me. Let's just talk about the reality around us, commercial system around us. Let's just acknowledge we live in an immediate or semi-immediate gratification society. Anything that you order or buy, you can choose to express shipping. When you go to the post office, you can choose express shipping. You can choose to go to a sit-down restaurant, or you can choose to go to a fast food restaurant. You can choose to there's even payday loan stocks. You can go to a pawn shop and get money that you ain't even have. You use your credit card and spend money that you didn't even make yet. We live in a society that is based off of immediate gratification, because it's a debt society, and it's the best way to get the citizens into debt is to satisfy their immediate impulses and gratify their immediate impulses and wants and needs. Especially when they don't have the monetary value to so-called pay for these things. So regardless of who you are and what your mentality is, regardless of how you behave or don't behave, the society that you live in is immediately gratifying society. It's built for you to get what you want pretty much right away. And because of that, there's things in place, because the administrators of the Society, Congress, and so on and so forth, they understand this. So there's Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, Credit Reporting Act, there's 30-day return policies, there's lemon policies, because they understand that the consumers are immediate. Think about it, they give you 30 days to return it. You get time to change your mind, because if you're smart, a lot of times it will. So the sixth chamber is, you got to understand and learn patience. Perfect example of the sixth chamber business, or really economics. So you can say this: patience. If you don't have the money, you do not spend the money. Say it again. If you don't have the money, you don't spend it. So essentially, credit cards, lines of credit, mortgages, all this other stuff, nope, don't spend it. I know that's tough, and I know that's rough, but that's being patient. Save up for it. Fight for it. Slowly build up to that position. Be patient. Patience is a virtue. The best things come to those who wait. There's a lot of these, phrases that we've heard coming up. We didn't really quite, pay too much attention to them. And as these phrases are being repeated, commercial entities are offering immediate gratification, are actually working against us being patient. You can go to 4-year college, get a 4-year degree. You can do an accelerated program, get your 4-year degree in 2 years. Y'all know what I'm talking about? We need to learn patience. All my people who have dealt with the farm or, grown any type of plant understand. No matter how you water too much, give it too much light, you want it to grow too fast, you're going to kill it. Overwatering, overlighted. You got to be patient. You got to nurture it. You got to give it time. Patience. Seventh chamber, and this is the most important, y'all. You must have to, unequivocally, no ifs, ands, buts about it, no terms, no negotiations, non-negotiable. You must replace the phrase or words "I can't" with "how can I?" Period. And that's why I left that for the seventh pillar. I could do the 13 pillars of business. I could do the 42 pillars of business. Of course, I don't want to get too deep. This is the foundation. Just need y'all to pick up and put it down. Replace "I can't" with "how can I?" You have a choice. There's always two choices, no matter what. That's why some animals in nature, they hunt in the daytime, some hunt at night. They made a choice, man. Evolutionary-wise. The species, at least the DNA structure made it. You understand where I'm going? It's a choice. There's at least two choices, arbors and revoice. Replace "I can't" with "how can I?" I can't do that. I can't get this money. Man, I can't afford that. I can't fix my credit that fast. Man, there's no way I can get there on time. There's no way I'm going to be chosen. I can't be chosen. I can't be the first on the list. I can't run a business legit without being audited and losing all my money and losing my property. I can't see myself as a trust administrator and successfully making it through an IRS audit. I can't see myself being one person on this side of the court and 3 auditors on the other side. And actually, I can't. Nope. Got to replace that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. How can I? And then just finish the rest. Take out I can't, put in how can I? I can't run a business. How can I run the business? I'm gonna tell you what, put in a little secret. If you say you can't, you stop. Your mind stops. Your creativity stops. It's not a hurdle. You can't. It's not a challenge. You can't. So why would your mind, why would your subconscious mind try in any way, shape, or form to get over that hurdle? Why would the ancestors help you? Because you can't. It's just not a hurdle. If you don't see it, if you ain't gonna try, if you ain't gonna try, like if your battery dies, you want me to help push you the car, man, you better open your door and steer with one hand and push. You better help me push. I ain't gonna push the car and you sit in there. It doesn't make sense. So when we say I can't, we're done. Because we can't. So why think for solutions? Even subconsciously. Why even in a dream? It's going against. To me, that's going against nature when you say you can't. At one point in time, humans couldn't fly. Now look at us. It's not. I'm not feeling it. Also, if you don't have a problem, that's why the first step of Alcoholics Anonymous or whatever those anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, first step is to admit that you have a problem. Because if you don't have a problem, you're not going to fix it. I don't have a problem. I won't be disrespecting my boyfriend. Well, you're never going to stop disrespecting him because you're never going to look at the things that you're doing to disrespect him and change them because it's a problem. You're not doing it. So why even look at it? I don't disrespect my wife. I'll never stop. No matter what you say, you're not convincing me. I'm not even going to look into it. Shut up. Matter of fact, you and I won't be friends faster than I admit that I have a problem if I don't have a problem. Until I admit that I have a problem, then I don't want to talk about it. You're just going to anger me. You're challenging my reality. And challenging people's reality is usually met with violence, whether it's emotional, physical, verbal. Seriously. So it has to be admitted. It has to be acknowledged. So saying I can't or I'm not, that's not admitting, that's not acknowledging. And we got to replace I can't with how can I. It's serious, y'all. Just do it. Just try it. Just test it. And be serious about it. See what happens. Abracadabra. Roughly, abracadabra. We're all familiar with that, right? Abracadabra, Shazam, but abracadabra. Okay? Check this out. Don't believe me? Check it out. Roughly, the etymology comes from the translation. Abracadabra means I create as I speak, or as I speak, I create, or something like that. Check it out. If you say you can't, that's what you created. If you ask a question, the responses or the possibility of responses are infinite. So would you rather tap into a finite or an infinite number of possibilities? It's all about what you say and what you believe. Please believe me. I would never lie to y'all. Not my family. I need y'all when I get old, or if I get hit by a car or trying to get me. I need y'all to have my back. I'm serious though. I stayed on the 7th pillar the longest. or the seventh chamber the longest? Because this is the most important, in my opinion. Replace I can't with how can I. Start small if you have to. You don't want to blow your own mind. That's the seven chambers of business, y'all, according to Soul L. I'm going to go through it one more time briefly just in case you missed anything. First chamber, belief or knowledge, whatever one you want. Some people will write down knowledge. Some people are going to write down belief. Some people are going to write down both. I'm not making any judgments. I just want to get the information across. Belief or knowledge. Know that you can do it. Know thyself. Believe. Write this down. Believe, begin, become. The Holy Trinity of doing your dance. And once you get your dance down, I want to see it because I'm sure it's really beautiful. Pretty dope. I'm not playing. Believe, begin, become. It needs to be in your mind. The first pillar that wisdom built her house on is the pillar, mentalism. Everything is mental. Must exist in the mind before it can be manifested physically. Ask a carpenter, ask an architect, ask a sculptor, ask a builder, ask a drawer, ask an writer. Ask anyone who creates, where did this exist before you put it in the actual physical world? And if they understand your question, they'll tell you, I thought of it first. Whether it was in a dream or they had a vision or it just came out of nowhere or they were building on it for years. So that's why, the first chamber of business is belief or knowledge, whichever one you want. Because the belief or knowledge rests in your mind, and that's where it needs to be. Believe, begin, become. That's the secret, y'all. On the physical realm. First chamber is belief or knowledge. Second chamber is dedication and perseverance or just dedication or both, whatever you want. Second chamber of business is dedication, perseverance. Third chamber, no doesn't hurt. No, change it. No is good. You hear no? No means yes. Yes. When you hear no, yes. Why? Because now you can focus your energy on where it will be more beneficial and you'll get a higher return on your investment of that energy. You don't want to waste our time with anyone, any man, any woman, because our time is the most valuable commodity on this earth. And wasting my time in the name of business is wasting my time, period. So the third chamber, no doesn't hurt. No makes you happy. Thanks. Appreciate your time. Thank you very much. You got a beautiful property here. You have a great day. Here's my card. If anything comes up in the future, give me a call. That's who you're going to be. Why? Because, A, you just cleared up a bunch of your time. He did you a favor. B, I remember that. Man, I told him no. He smiled at me, shook my hand, gave me his card. So if anything comes up in the future, who am I going to think of and who do I want to call? I want to call you. Because last time I talked to you and I told you no, you smiled and shook my hand. I'm going to tell you yes this time, and who knows what's going to happen. Successful people want to be around people who are pleasant. If you notice, a lot of successful people will talk about negativity and how they don't like it. Because we don't. We get away from that. That stuff is contagious. It's like the plague. And no. So I love it. I'm out of here. I hear no. Thanks. Thank you very much. Fourth pillar, fourth chamber. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Teachability. How teachable are you? 1 to 10. Biases with regards to learning. Who will you learn from and who will you not learn from? More than likely, if you want to be successful, the universe will challenge you, and your teacher will be that person or that thing. And if you don't get the lesson, oops, a daisy. So teachability. Don't let your cup runneth over. Fifth chamber, creativity. You gotta be creative, y'all. Quit worried about the next person, the next man, next woman. Get off what they own. Create your own stuff. so it can be new, it can be fresh. Ooh, I've never seen nothing like that. I know, because I didn't copy anybody. Ooh, I've never heard anything like that. I know, because I didn't copy anybody. This is straight up, man. I did this. I was in the garage, and I played a little Hendrix, and had the incense burning, and booyaka shot. It was magic, baby. Yes, creativity. 6th chamber, patience. You got to be patient, y'all. Calm down, slow down. Haste creates waste. You know what I'm saying? You move too fast, you make mistakes, got to go back, correct those mistakes. It takes more time than it would have if you did it right the first time. Measure 20 times, cut once. So you got to be patient. You know what I mean? In a hurry, you ain't going to measure 20 times and make sure. Guess. Put your, lick your finger, put it in the air, and close your eyes and just cut. Pray to the ancestors, please. Jesus, pray to baby Jesus. Or the grown Jesus or whoever, Let this be right. Measure 20 times, cut once. Be patient. 7th chamber. Replace I can't with how can I. Replace I can't or I cannot with how can I. Or how do we make this happen? You'd be amazed. I ask people that. I don't care what capacity they're in capacity of an internal revenue agent, in capacity of some sort of I don't care what capacity. I get their brain thinking, how can we make this happen? And they get to think, so now we're both thinking how we can make this happen. Great, let's do this. It's very important. Replace I can with I can't. You do that, you got your 7 pillars. That's the foundation. At least the bare minimum foundation to build your business mentality, mind state on. That mentality needs to be behind that intention. At least is the bare minimum. This is the frame you filled in. Has to be there for you to be successful in any endeavor, business-wise. Period. You need these pillars. Build that. You want to go into, once you start manifesting, you know what I mean? I love pancaking toes. I love it. I do, what is it, the tango? What is it? Where she does, what is it, salsa? Man. The woman dancing, and she got the little things in the thing, she just, stomping all over your toes. That's what I'm doing. I love doing that. So in the nature of what I just said, articles of organization, EIN from IRS.gov, and a bank account, and you're in business. Period. Those seven chambers. Walk through those 7 chambers. And after you do that, file your articles of organization for an LLC. If you can, go to the Secretary of State, walk in there, walk out with the articles of organization, take them home. If you can't, send it in the mail. When you get it back, put it in your hand. Go to IRS.gov. It's like right around the middle of the page, towards the bottom. It's like the 4th column from the left, right under the main picture. Obtain EIN. Click on that. EIN is an employee identification number. In the articles of organization, you have from the Secretary of State, whether you did it hand to hand or it came in the mail. Pull those out. And use that corresponding information plus the additional information it asks for. And get an EIN. It'll take about 15 minutes if you want to read everything. If you want to read everything and look up all the terms, it'll take 25 minutes. It takes me about 5 minutes. And that's from going to the website to having the actual EIN paperwork in my hand. And it's free. Pancake your toes. Anybody charging for this stuff? Hopefully, they got, what are those? Deep sea diver fins for toes right now. It's all flopping everywhere. Can't make no money on this stuff. This is public information. This is what we need to know. Because we got too far to go to get successful, to get free, to get in a position to where we're stable, to be paying for all this stupid stuff that we shouldn't be paying for in the first place. So your EIN for your corporation is absolutely 100% free. Anybody charging for that, slap them. Grab their ID when they hold in their face out their back pocket so you can see where they live. Go to that address, knock on the door. When the door opens, slap their mama too. Because you're not supposed to be paying for a corporate EIN. At the end of the application on the website, because it's really going to ask you questions, but it's walking you through the website, the application on the website. It's going to ask you if you want it mailed or if you want to print it or save it. Click Save It, and then a window is going to come up, and you can print it right there. If you got a printer at home, print it out. There you go. Boom. I can incorporate a corporation for a client within a half hour, 45 minutes, depending on traffic. Walk up to them with a folder. All they got to do is go to the bank account. Go open a bank account. I'll charge about $300 for that. Just gave it to my family for free. That's all you need. You can open a bank account. You're in business. But you need these certain favors, though, because how long are you going to be in business? Now, on top of that, you know, the teachability is important because you're going to have to learn principles of accounting and, you know, some principles of managing people and, you know, how to structure the entity and so on and so forth. It's just enough to know what you want to do, in my opinion, and contract those people. So, you know, when it comes to accounting, the first contract you should be looking at is an accountant. And it's a business expense. It's a corporate expense. So why not? Okay? Corporations, they pay their expenses, and then anything left over is up for taxation. Your check is withheld first, and then whatever you got left over, you can pay your bills. There's an obverse and a reverse. We live in a dualistic, three-dimensional reality. And there's one side you want to be on and one side you don't want to be on. And most of my people are on the side that they don't want to be on, and I don't want y'all to be on. So, you know, having said that, I love y'all. SOL's Foundation, High Frequency Radio Networks, 7 chambers of business. I said it, no one else. I didn't read these anywhere. I'm not trying to plagiarize anyone, but I'm also saying, like, this is what I made up. And not made up like, let me just pull this out of the air. Like, I actually thought about this, and this comes from me. So I'm just one person out of billions, and you can take it with a grain of salt. But I've reached a level of success and beyond, in my opinion, which means I'm not a commercial slave to food, clothing, and shelter. And extracurricular activities, one would say. So, you know what I'm saying. With that being said, I appreciate y'all. We'll go to the phone lines in a minute, but that was it. I'm pretty much finished. And, you know, I'm open to hearing questions or comments with regards to, you know, this show or any topic. But I do want to say this before I open the phone lines. See, we got some hands up. Before I go to the phone lines, I want to say this. You can hit me up in a private. I do private consultations. Also, you know, do trustee training. Hit me up, HFRN.Foundation@gmail.com. Please understand that with regards to the foundation, me as SOL, I donate time for charity purposes to High Frequency Radio Network vicariously through the foundation to my people, my brothers and sisters. Outside of that, I have a family, I have business, and a workman is worthy of this or her hire. So I'm not going to take your head off, but at the same time, I'm not out here spending my time for free, benefiting others. Understand what I'm saying? So you can hit me up, HFRN.Foundation@gmail.com. I would love to build with you and serve you in the private. That's how, you know, I get down. There's only so many things I can say in the public. And I have a lot of trustees and people that I deal with in the private that will attest to that. I talk a lot more crazy and reckless in the private just because, you know, people like this one guy right here in the switchboard, I don't know who this is, but he got a restricted number in here, he got a 11111 number in here. I don't know who that is. It's public. Foundation website is going to be up and running pretty soon. I don't know when. I ain't going to say when. So I definitely want to say that. Once again, SOL, SOT space EL is on Facebook. The Foundation is a Facebook page. Please like it. And if you can't find it, you got to go to So-El. Then you can see So-El's likes, and you can like it from there. I appreciate you going through all that. If if you're on Facebook and you do that thing, if you don't, whatever, I don't care. No big deal. But working on this event in Jersey. I got a lot of people in the East Coast that are really interested in us getting out there and presenting the information. And that's what it is. Working on a presenter, and I think it's going to be great. So, with that being said, I think I'm gonna go into the phone lines. Hey, what's up with this? Okay, so that worked. All right, so first caller, and if you're listening on the internet, if you're on highfrequencyradionetwork.com, or you happen to be on welcometothevault.com and it's streaming live this show, or if you're on Blog Talk radio.com/high frequency. You can definitely call in. The number is 424-222-5250. Just press 1 to interact with your host. Me, So-El. I don't bite. I'm a cool dude. And I don't judge. We were all beginners. So people such as myself, we definitely applaud the beginners, man. The next best thing to being ourselves and starting this journey. So definitely, you can definitely call in 424-222-5250. That doesn't work, 563-999-3625. Apparently they both work. So first caller, been waiting the longest. 908-0419. Peace.
Peace, man. My toes hurt.
What's up, JD? How you doing?
Great show, brother. As always. I won't hold the line too long if people got questions, but I just want to say.
Man, go ahead, man.
Thanks, man.
Because I ended early. I'm early, man. So we got extra time for opening the phone lines. Man.
I'm grateful, man. I'm glad I found you guys because I know a lot of this stuff like rudimentarily or whatever, however you want to say it. But you guys still bring us a perspective to it that makes it simple, like more simple than where I'd been before. If you're willing to study and be taught. But I dug what you said there because I personally have been through various of those stages, especially the sixth one took a while to really adjust to for me personally. Patience. But yeah, man, I think just about the value you guys are offering. Like I said, man, you just did a show that covered what some folks charge for in a webinar. So, and I also love I like current events. That's on point.
Yeah, we just want to bring it to you. But yeah, patience, that's a tough one for a lot of us, and Americans. It's tough for Americans.
Well,
this society. It has a lot to do with society, and I say that not to excuse it, but just maybe some people feel better about themselves, and it's easier to admit stuff if maybe it's not your fault, I guess. Maybe.
I mean, I think it's always your fault, but it's not. But that's but at the same time, I think it's not that's for all of us. It's always our fault, which means it's sort of like if it's always your fault, you don't have to worry about it. Everyone's in the same boat. That's how I feel. I feel like when you come into this information, you could feel oh man, I kind of been had, but like we all were, like everyone, like no one knows this stuff, like en masse, like we were all like taught by people who had like good intentions, but they were wrong. So I feel like for me personally, like it sort of fits with like sort of, I think in the Bible it says like the father becomes the son and the son becomes the father, and that's like what I see it as far as for me. It's like for my family and the people I care about, it's it's like a team effort. It's always been a team effort. Like they've supported me. The intention has been to support me, so now I can have the same intention. I just found something a little more concrete because I happen to have been looking for it. But like that, I think that can help you with the patience thing, because I feel like a lot of times, especially with this, you get into this and you feel like you got to play catch up, and you want to like maybe like jump to something or not study or pay someone you're not sure of to do something you're not sure of, and you should just like ease back. You found it, so don't get crazy. Like appreciate that, and like me, like I'm like I guess I haven't been studying this as long as most. I knew some of it before I like really started studying, but like it's been probably a little over a year for me of like hardcore studying, and I only recently started to like take big action, because like I wasn't 100% before now, and I knew that like the people I was dealing with previous, that they weren't like completely wrong, but it's you trust that yourself, and I knew that like it wasn't 100%, but study enough and you'll find those people, because you'll be able to know what they're saying. Like that's the thing. Like you have to, like with all this stuff, and I think that's with everything. You got to know it. You can't just like, that's our society. We've been sold on this thing where someone does it for you. Like someone specialized does it for you, and you don't have to understand it. And that's like where we get thrown off with everything. Because even in the public, when you hire an accountant or an attorney, like you're hiring them for the detailed specifics of their profession. But if you don't know their profession, if you don't know what you need them to do for you, it's the same as like a mechanic. Like if you don't know shit about cars, guess what? That mechanic can tell you anything's wrong with your car, and you need your car working. So, boom. But
and that brought,
I'm
glad you said mechanics, because if you ever notice, when you bring your car in to get fixed, they won't let you go back there, and they be like, oh, for insurance reasons, for liability reasons, we don't want you coming back here. But nah, because you don't want me to see how to do what you're doing, man. I'll come here one time and never come back.
Exactly.
And it's funny that they'll never give you the actual procedure. It'll just execute the procedure themselves on behalf of you, and then hand you the results. And that's commerce.
Absolutely. And me, I go into a mechanic telling them what's wrong with the car. So, like I know, I know enough about cars to I can do that, and like that. But like I think that's how you're supposed to use accountants and lawyers. Like you know what you need them to do, but you're gonna pay them to do the monotonous job of doing it, because they do it more often and they have probably better tools than you do. That's it. Like if you had the time, if I had the time and enough practice doing it to fix my car, I would do it myself. But I don't, so I'll go to a mechanic. But I won't go and be like, whatever, man, go ahead, because I know how commerce works. But you could extend that to everything with us, with the doctor, with everything. We do that. And then forget about it. Like these are all like the microcosm and macrocosms of each other. and like we live in this time where like there's always something wrong with you. Well, probably because we're so out of touch with our body that something is always wrong with us. Because that's like when something's wrong with your body, that's your body like yelling at you to say like, hey, like pay attention to me, not like take me into the shop, and like so it's but I think that breeds patience, like giving that shit up, because but it's about if you want any kind of control, then you'll do that, and if not, don't complain. Like I'm with you, man. I don't want to hear talk about a problem unless we're talking about a solution.
Yep. True indeed.
Otherwise, but like I said, man. But again, like thank you, and I'm grateful for you guys. I really am.
Hey man, thank you, man. Thank you. We appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Pretty much every show, man. You here, man. So, you're one of the soldiers of the foundation, man. I appreciate that, man. And, shout out to you, JB. It was a pleasure meeting you. I look forward to seeing you at the next event. And, thanks for calling in, man.
Thank you, brother. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Next caller. Up north, 612. I think I know who this is. 612-3791. Peace.
Peace, brother. What's going on? Jay.
What's up, brother Jay? What's going on, man? How you doing?
Great, man. How about yourself?
Oh, man, I feel spectacular.
Pancake your toes. Pancake your ankles, yeah. All that.
Yeah.
I had to come jump in, and I'm here. I got to be here every show.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man, What's good with you, man? What's good? Anything new?
Still working, man. Grinding away. I really jumped on. I'm going to be here to hear what you got to say, as always, because it's always enlightening. I always learn something new when I'm talking to you. And I really wanted to talk to the listeners, you know what I mean? So they really understand.
Man, go ahead, man.
And I don't even know how many people are listening. I know it's a good bit.
No matter.
It's a small,
no matter.
But as long as I touch one of them, like, man, make the decision. Because what we talk about on the air is what's on the air. That's skimming the surface, man. Make the decision to come to an event. Get there. Just get there. It's a must, I knew a lot of this stuff before, and it was actually getting, shall I say, I was familiar with. I didn't know anything because, meeting you and the team and realizing just talking to you in a private that what I thought I knew, I did not know. It was real confusing. You got these people out here who need their whole body pancaked for charting for, everything, all this extracurricular stuff, And a lot of the time you don't even need it, or what you do need, they tax you for it. Just, man, get over there. Come to the event. It's the best decision I've made, besides wanting to take my own path and not be stuck in this cell that everybody else is stuck in. The best decision I made, period. At least in the last decade, man, would come to that event. But, I'll be at every one of them, like, it's a must.
Wow, man, that's pretty. Wow, that's impressive, man. I appreciate that, man. Like, wow.
I mean, I'm not, yes, man, I don't toot horns, man, but when it's this raw, this real, and this pertinent to the well-being of everybody around you, because, I mean, without commerce, what do we have? Got to stay afloat. You just want to be able to do it the right way. And, man, I've gone through CPAs, Rich Dad Advisors, Kiyosaki, Garrett Sutton, all these cats charging you a few $100 an hour to tell you the wrong way, the way that, well, who's to say what's right or wrong? It's the way they've been taught. But I like your route. I like your approach, man. Minimum amount of liability, maximum amount of profitability. So, I mean, it just makes sense. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You know? And when you get the dollars, you know, that's the whole saying, dollars don't make sense. But if you're holding dollars, it don't make sense either. You need to go get some silver, man. It's a whole lot. You know, I don't know. I can't say too much, man. I'm not going to say too much, man. But, you know. You know.
Nah, that's not too much. I mean, you know, silver, you can buy silver. Silver's public. You know, it's traded on the public market. So when I say people tell people to go buy silver, I don't feel like, you know, I don't feel like I'm out of pocket for that, you know?
Nah, yeah. I'm not out of pocket. I just don't want to get too deep in it as far as the mechanisms and, you know, the details. That you need to come to the event to find that out, man. I'm not trying to get barred or, you know. You can step on the toes. I'll let you step on the toes, man. I just watch, you know. I like it. I love it. Matter of fact, you know. That the second feeling that's extremely important, man. Like if they can master that, I mean, and you broke it down to its simplest form. With all these 400-page books and manuals and $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 tutorials and training boot camps and get this right here. This is the real, you know. Been there, done that, you know. Don't spend the money. Matter of fact, you know, I got all those courses. I got all that stuff, and nothing comes close to what I've learned through the foundation in a short period of time. And I've been looking into that stuff for at least the past 3 years. You know, it just makes sense, man. So again, you know, I appreciate everything you're doing. That's commendable. You know, do what I can to support the cause.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm just out here serving, man. I appreciate you. You know, I appreciate you, fam. And you know, let's just all play our part.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be great.
To add to what JB had to say, you know, as far as the mechanic, don't just drop your car off and say, all right, I'm going to come back and pick up the tab. You know, you come back, you got spinning wheels and velvet seats and everything that you don't even need. Just, you know, come in the back with the mechanic. Come to the event and sit down with the mechanic. Who do you want to? Let's look at it as a new car. Your business is a new car. Do you want to buy it from the guy in the suit, especially if it's for performance? The guy, the showroom salesman who's trying to get a commission, or you want to have the grease monkey with an oil monkey suit on in the passenger seat who can tell you, nah, hit the gas. You can take this curve at 70 miles an hour and watch the seats lean. You need to be in the car with those types of people, and that's what the foundation is. So I mean, I can't stress it enough. Get to the event. You're not gonna soak up what you need to soak up over the phone, over the air, in the public. You know, you really need to join the foundation. I can't stress that enough. You gotta want it for yourself. Nobody can want it more than you do.
Mm-hmm.
I want it. I gotta have it. You know, that's the difference. That's why we're here. I mean, if you're listening, you already made a decision to, hey, this piques my interest. Something that resonates with me. Maybe I should take another step and actually come to the event and really see what this brother's talking about. You know, like I said, man, I'm glad I did. It was impulse. It wasn't even, should I? You know, last minute on a Wednesday, the event was Saturday. Still got there, man. There's no excuse. Get there. You know.
Yeah.
Take off a Friday if you got to. I promise you won't miss too much. You might come back and decide to quit once you really find out what's going on. But you know, all right. if you could do that, you know what I mean? But I won't hype them too much, man. It's no hype. It's all real, you know. That's how I feel. I'm still on the high from the event 2 weekends ago.
That's what's up, man.
You know,
brother,
again, man, I appreciate it.
All these got a bunch of restricted numbers on the show, man. Lots of there's like 4 restricted numbers in this.
Well, who knows, man? It could be somebody from the IRS. They don't have nothing better to do, you know.
I ain't tripping. I'm just saying, just so y'all know.
Yeah. Jump. Let's see what they got to say, man. You know, don't be timid.
Nah, because then
it's family.
Now there's only one in there now. You know what I'm saying? So, that's really what I wanted to happen. One of the got spooked when I say something. Skedaddle, man.
Scram, man. Where I know you from, Scram. I appreciate you, man.
All right, Jay, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate you calling in, man. And, that was a great testimonial, man. I'm speechless. But
yeah, I got to share it. It's real. It's real, It's that real. But I ain't going to hold up the line, man. We're talking to private.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right. Peace.
Yeah, all praises due to the Creator and ancestors, man. You know how many different mothers and fathers there were and had to be before I got on this planet? And, not even talk about the unknowable, the all-knowing. So I'm just doing a dance, I ain't the choreographer, but I appreciate that, man. I appreciate all the accolades. 980-8959, 980-8959. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Islam, brother. Islam,
brother.
It's Amiel. What's good?
What's up, man? Amiel. What's going down, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Did you go over current events?
A little bit. What you got for
earlier? Oh man,
I
just want to, because I wasn't even thinking about it until the brother said something about silver, man. They putting the Moorish woman on the gold tomorrow, bruh.
Which one?
The commemoratives.
No, which woman?
The gold coin, man. Coming out
tomorrow. About the United States, the American Eagle.
The 225th commemorative edition of the gold coin. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
man. With the sister on.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, man. The Walk of Liberty thing, right? Okay, so look, man.
That's right.
I saw that dude. Who was that? Yo, so the Gulf War. Man, this is crazy. I'm glad you said that. The dude that was the prime minister or whatever in Britain or England or whatever over there. He was apologizing the other day for the Gulf War, man. I saw like a clip of it. Hillary Clinton, in one of her capacities, did a speech from the Benjamin Franklin room, and it had particular flags that were flying. Yo, man, I see a lot of stuff going on, man. But and then Morte talking about putting the sister Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, right? Taking back on.
They honoring the mother this time. This year, man. They gonna put the sisters all over the money, and it's about time.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I was peeping this Frederick Douglass silver coin, this 5-ounce silver coin today. Had Frederick Douglass on the front, and I got happy, and I flipped it over, and then George Washington on the back. Man, damn, they could have put somebody else on the back. They could have done that, but it's all right.
It's obverse and reverse. Yo, man. So like,
right.
Man, you ain't got to be for real. I guess it's we on the air, but so you silver crazy right now after the event, or you kind of have doing that already?
Yeah, I mean, I like my silver. I like my silver, man. I do. Yeah, I mean the event just added. It just added. It kind of makes it was a lot of confirmation for me. It was like, okay,
Okay.
You know you're going in the right direction. You know you're going in the right direction when you hear. As a matter of fact, I had called Brother David earlier today. You know.
Yep.
You know, so I told him, he's like, oh man, you up on it? I said, yeah, man. So, yeah, but man, yeah, I can't wait, man. You know, and you know, get that class in and make it happen.
Oh yeah, I mean. And dealing with that brother David, and you know, for the listeners, you know, David was one of the presenters at our last event, Family Business Private Wealth, that we had in the Dallas-Fort Worth area just this last month. And he's a precious metals expert. And you know, dealing with David, he'll blow your mind. He has been dealing with precious metals over half his life, probably over 3/4 of his life, and been being taught about him and interested in him nonetheless. So, I mean, that brother blew my mind. I thought I knew a lot, you know, in regards to this stuff. I learned a lot from that brother. And, yeah, dealing with him, I mean, you're gonna learn some stuff, man. So I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're finished, man, I would love to talk to you.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be chopping it up for real, for sure, brother.
Yes, sir.
But,
yes,
yeah.
Sir.
Well, that's all I really have for you today, man. But you know what? I like the fact that you know, we dealing with business, but again, all things come from the spiritual realm, and you know, I like that you have incorporated some spiritual principles in making a successful business. You know, that's important because we get so tied up in other stuff, and we kind of lose base, and you have to remember that all things come from the spiritual realm. And just to have those principles there, man, that was awesome.
All right, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like I said, all praises to the ancestors. I mean, you know, we can say spiritual. I don't want to really be, it's just like, we all know that you got to think it before you do it. So
right,
just on that level, you know, it's the mentality. It's what we're thinking in our mind, you know.
Right.
So yeah, you know,
mm-hmm.
There's some spiritual aspects to it, but it's not that I want to stay away from there. It's just I don't, you know, some people are turned off by, you know, going too heavy on that aspect, and it's not that I'm spooked and not trying to offend. It's just, you know,
belief is definitely the first one. You know, belief is the first one.
Yeah, belief and faith. You know,
it is.
Those are.
Yeah.
Those are definitely chambers.
Yeah, definitely. It is done to you as you believe.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But there are other chambers as well. You know, I just don't recommend walking through the same chambers exclusively, belief and faith, and going in and out of those chambers.
Right.
There's other chambers to walk through. You know, other things to master. So, you know.
Right. Well, you definitely bring the practical, man. You know, you definitely bring the practical. So that's why I appreciate the foundation and the vault.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you, man. This is family, man, right?
Oh yeah.
Let's get this.
Yeah.
So I mean, what do you do, man? What's your business, man? Come on, what are you doing? What you starting over there? What you hustling?
Oh.
Oh.
You got me on. Okay. No, I specialize in. I specialize in organic and raw vegan cuisine.
Yeah.
So I'm setting that up to make deliveries. Specializing in raw vegan desserts, snacks,
nice,
and things like that.
Okay.
So yeah, man.
So entrees and desserts and snacks and, you know, appetizers, hors d'oeuvres, all of that.
Yep. Mhm.
And more of a catering service, so you cater to the event or wherever.
Yeah, catering, delivery. Yeah, delivery.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, get that incorporated properly. Get the business credit popping. Just do it the right way and enjoy it. And what area? What area you in? You on the East Coast, right?
North Carolina.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got a name for it yet?
Oh yeah, man. More raw vegan.
More raw vegan.
Yes.
More raw vegan. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all be on the lookout. North Carolina, South Carolina. You can drive from South Carolina, North Carolina, right? More raw vegan.
Yeah. About 30 minutes. 30 minutes from.
Yeah, see?
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. No problem, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in, man. And, you've been down for a while, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
So.
Yeah. All right, brother. I yield. Peace to you.
All right, family. Peace to you, man.
Peace.
Is this JB? JB, did you get out of the queue and get back into the queue, fam?
Hello?
Or am I tripping?
Yo.
Did you get? Did you?
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know I was on mute. Yeah, just because I wanted to say 111 numbers, a lot of time they're Skype.
Oh.
Like all ones? Yeah, Skype comes up as all ones.
Yeah, I was talking about the restricted. I got one in the queue, too, so I'm very interested.
Restricted, yeah, they're probably shady. But I know Skype,
Peace.
and people call from Skype. Yeah.
Peace, what's your name? Where you calling from, restricted? Peace. Restricted. See? No, what is that, man? That's goofy.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. You pushed one. What's
What
this?
is this, win?
Peace. You on the foundation. I don't know who you are. I can't say your number. It says restricted.
Well, something's there. Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah, that stuff, it's always goofy, man. It's goofiness.
Yeah,
with that DJ on the microphone. But I'm cool, man. What's good, man? So that can be Skype then, right?
Yeah, the 111s are Skype. Restricted are restricted. So I don't know.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. But
there's two on. There's two on here now.
Oh, 2 111s or restricted?
Nah, 2 restricted. There was one that pushed one, trying to get his mic open, and there's one way at the bottom. Been on here. You know what? I ain't talking about this.
Yo, speaking of current events, did you hear about the I-85 in Atlanta?
Yeah, it broke down, set on fire and collapsed or something.
Well, but the lawyer that was shot and killed on Monday, who filed she was like a really prominent Atlanta lawyer. She was like the in-house lawyer for for UPS, United Parcel Service, and she filed the paperwork, I guess, for like a force majeure, because she was probably trying to, I would imagine, get UPS out of their insurance liability because of the route being shut down. But 30 minutes after she filed the paperwork, in broad daylight in an intersection, she was shot and killed by this dude who they apprehended. I don't know any more major details or anything, but it's a little crazy. That was crazy enough, the way that thing went down, because it was I don't know. I'm not going to speculate too much on that, but the fact that happened is an interesting little sidebar. I think she was getting in the way of someone else's insurance.
I don't need no problems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I hear that. But
down here for the people.
Interesting time. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's those are like I said, she was like that's I think it was about insurance all the way around. But yeah, that came out on Monday. But yeah, I'll let you get back to the line. I just wanted to know the 111s they're safe. They should be, I don't know. Peace.
Appreciate you, man. Peace. These restricted are interesting. I'm gonna try you again. Restricted. Peace.
Hello.
Good. What? Restricted.
Hello.
Oh, okay. What's up? Peace.
Hello.
You're on the air. Can you hear me?
Hey. Yeah, this is Dave. High frequency.
Oh, Dave McDowell. Peace, man. You calling from a restricted number? I thought you was them peoples.
I called in on Skype because it's a lot easier. Man, I really enjoyed that conference up there in Dallas, man. That was really tough. I learned a lot from that. And not only that, but you get to meet all the different people around the country, and it makes it more personal because you get to meet them, in person. And that always is a plus. Even though it costs to go to the thing, it's worth it because you get to interact with other people that understand what you're trying to do.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that's most important. And I mean, yeah, we do pay. We have to pay to get there, flight and whatever. But I think more than paying, we should pay for experiences more than we should pay for things. And I think, like you said, meeting people and interacting with people of like mind, thinking the same way, have the same, intentions and goals and vibrations, and so to speak. It's good to be around people where you feel more normal, I guess.
Yeah, because a lot of them people I know from the telephone calls on my show, but I've never met them. But it's good to meet them in person and see who they really are. You have more of a more of an interaction with them because next time they call in the show, you basically know because you know them personally now.
Yeah. That's always better than It's always a good thing to meet someone in person, and get to see their face and their facial expressions and shake their hand and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree 100%. 100%. So what do you think?
I don't really have a lot to say. I mean, I'd like to get into a truck, but I don't think I'm ready for it yet. I just so wrapped up doing this UCC stuff that I ain't had time to really. I listened to all the truck webinars, listened to all. There's a lot to it. If you ain't ready to get into it, you better not get into it because if you don't understand what you're doing, you're going to get control.
Right.
It's just like I got a friend of mine in Houston who went in with a friend of hers. She's a female, he's a male, went in to buy a house together, and they're buying from an individual. Her part of the contract was she paid a utility, she paid a house note. So now the house note comes due, and he's trying to pay the guy with a promissory note. And about a month ago, he went down to Wells Fargo and took his birth certificate in there and tried to cash it in for cash. I told him it don't work like that. It doesn't work like dealing with an individual. You can't pay an individual promissory note. But some of these people, they just, they don't grasp what they're trying to do. They hear somebody out there, oh man, give me some money, and they want to run down and cash in their Social Security card, cash in their birth certificate. And I just crack up when I hear that stuff. Because it's nobody, no government agency that I know of, especially Social Security, is not going to cash you out and give you all the money that you put in there because you didn't put it there to start with. And what you did in with FRNs, it wasn't gold or silver, so you got no claim to it.
Yep.
Why do people think they just cash in and get money is beyond me. Hey,
it's funny to me.
Yeah,
it's funny to me. When is your show on High Frequency, Dave? Is it Thursday? Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 10.
10 Pacific?
Central.
10 Central? Okay, 10 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, everyone, Dave is a, fellow host on High Frequency Radio Network here. His shows are, Thursday at 10 a.m. every Thursday. So, the UCC Extraordinaire. So, definitely check out his show as well as, the other shows on High Frequency Radio Network.
I be hearing people out there all the time talking about filing a non-UCC, oh, well, I need to file a non-UCC. I went, I pulled up some documents off the internet on non-UCC. If people just doesn't have a clue what a non-UCC is, and they think that they're supposed to file a non-UCC on a UCC1, that's not the case. If you file a non-UCC, it should be in the clatter box on the screen. Just that simple. And all you have to do is go in there and read the definition of every chapter, and it'll tell you exactly what to do. I don't know. People just don't want to read.
Some people don't want to read. So
they don't want to read. They want you to read it for them. They want you to fill out all the paperwork for them. And if you give them a piece of paper and you highlight everything that needs to be changed in it, first thing they're doing is calling you up asking you if you got a template. Well,
yeah.
What did you just give them? A document with all the highlighted information that needs to be changed. If that ain't a template, I don't know what is.
Tell them what a non-UCC is.
Well, a non-UCC is I'm going to bring that up tomorrow on the show because that was one of my main topics for the show. What is a non-UCC? Who should file one? And where should it be filed? That's what the topic on the show tomorrow is about.
I like
so
that.
If anybody wants to know about a non-UCC, they need to call in and listen tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central. High Frequency, Central Standard Time, High Frequency Radio Network, highfrequencyradionetwork.com, also Blog Talk Radio.com/High Frequency. So that's tomorrow, 10 a.m. Dave McDowell.
If they don't know how to find that, they can go on my Facebook page, Dave McDowell, and I got it posted up there. All you got to do is click on the link.
Okay, so you're Dave McDowell on Facebook too. So Dave McDowell on Facebook. And, Thursdays at 10 a.m. on High Frequency Radio Network. And tomorrow, Dave's going to talk about what a non-UCC is. So I think that's going to be a great show. Because I think that's controversial. I think people really don't know what that means and what it is. So appreciate it, man. Appreciate you calling in.
Yes, sir. And appreciate talking to you, brother. We'll get back and listen.
I appreciate it. I'm going to take it out of here. But, man, have a good night. Thank you.
All right. You too.
All right, peace. Yeah. Y'all be sure to check out Dave McDowell. I'm sorry, Dave. I don't know what he calls the show. He used to call the Maze UCC with Dave McDowell. He's really good. He's cold with the UCC. The man's cold. And his show, like he said, is 10 a.m. Central, which will be 11 a.m. Eastern, Thursdays, right here on High Frequency Radio Network. That's it, man. We got like, I'm gonna take it out of here. I'm sorry, callers, yo. This is it. It's been a blast. We're coming up on 2 hours of the show, nonstop. I just want to say I appreciate all the callers, everyone who took the time out not only to listen to the show but to add to it. The regulars, of course. You got the homie JB, I got my boy Jay, Amiel, of course. Dave McDowell, and anyone else. In the future, any other show, you can call in and press 1 if you have anything to say. I'm going to get into the Fair Debt Collection Act. Debt collectors, maybe some credit, stuff like that on the next, few episodes of the Foundations. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know. I'm still preparing the material because I'll try to bring it to y'all raw. HighFrequencyRadioNetwork.com. Go to the site map. Go to the PDF section and download everything that you can. Everything. And I'm serious about that. I'm not playing. You never know what's going to happen to the internet or your internet service. Our people, we don't pay bills. Might cut off. I'm just playing, but download everything. There's a lot of information in that PDF section. It's free, and all it takes is your energy, what's required to read and decipher it. Invest in your private education, even though you may be reading public documents. Still invest in your private education. It will benefit you, the private, your family, you and yourself more than it will benefit the corporation or the public entity. Real quick, because that brings me to something. I was kind of rushing to get here and get the microphone straight and stuff and get to, the show started. Actually, I was a little bit late getting the show started because I was with a consultant, I was consulting with a client, and there were people that came in, and subsequently they were asking me questions, and they got to run late. Ultimately, one of the conversations were commerce and capitalism, and whether I like them or not. Didn't really want to get into that because it's not really about what I like or not. It's what it is, and I understand that. But I was trying to explain to this individual that when you're employed, no matter who you're employed or how you're employed, you can be employed from a W-2 standpoint or a 1099 contract standpoint, no matter what, No matter what the job you're doing, it has to be worth it to the company or the corporation. You understand what I'm saying? So if you make let's say you make the company boots. You're on a line, you're assembling the boots, right? And you're getting paid, $20 an hour. Even if they're selling the boots for $40, you got to understand, they have a system set up to where they're selling enough to where they're making a profit, to where they can pay the bills, the administrators, your boss, the repairs, the lights, and the salary. It's a fact. And the fact of the matter is, and I'm going to tell you, and this is just so L talking, you do your research, but no matter what employment or job that you have, it's like this. The employer or the company is making at least 3 times as much per hour off your labor than you are. I'm going to say that again. The company that you work for, your employer that you contract for, somehow is making 3 times, at least 3 times, more an hour than you are off every hour of your labor. Think about it. And I don't want to get into it. I'm hearing in the headphones, Blog Talk is saying it's almost out of time. We're going to go to the stream. We'll go a little bit over. But when you understand that principle, you understand how businesses are allowed to function. businesses function because they function at a profit. In order to make a profit, they need to pay the laborers, pay for the goods, pay for the raw materials, pay the lights, pay all the expenses, right? And still pay the shareholders or, profit, so to speak. The only true commodity, that price that isn't fixed by the stock market or some other market, is the labor. Because if they offer you an hourly wage and you accept it, I can offer you $20 for your ounce of gold and you can laugh at me. You ain't going to accept that. The price of goods, raw materials, the lights, the electricity, all this is fixed. These are fixed prices. They're fixed by market principles. They're fixed by London or, whatever. They may move, but they move within a certain parameter within a certain market. And they're outside of the company's control. The only price that the company can control is the price of the good or services that it's putting into commerce, that it's selling, and the price it's paying for labor. And the price that it's selling its good or service is dependent on profitability, margin. And the price of the labor is dependent on what is accepted. Okay? The 7 chambers of business, hopefully I did my dance. This is for y'all. This ain't for me. I understand these things, at least on the level that I understand them, to achieve the things that I've been able to achieve. And I ain't nobody. I'm just like y'all. I got allergies. Sometimes I gotta take allergy meds. You sneezing, my nose itches and stuff. I'm not, I'm not special. I just have information, and I've acted and demonstrated upon that information in a style and manner that is not or is dissimilar to the style and manner of my peers. If you don't know how to compete, how can you? I'm trying to level the playing field. If I got to pancake toes for that, baby, I love it. So I appreciate y'all, especially the listeners. That's why I do this for y'all. Like I said, hit me up, HFRN, period. Foundation @gmail.com. Don't worry about the boo-hoo. Chugga, chugga, choo-choo. Keep it moving. Let's I'm done. And y'all, let's be done. We done heard it all before. It's drama TV. If we're trying to deal with some issues, let's do it on purpose. Let's move forward. With that being said, I'm SOL, SOT, space EL. Check me out on Facebook. Please like the foundation on Facebook if you do these things. Hit me up, like I said, HFRN, period, foundation @gmail.com. I would be more than happy to serve, and I would love to do business with you. Check me out next week, same time, same network. I ain't going nowhere. Peace to you. Love and appreciation to the creators, to the ancestors. You know me. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We're going to be all right. Just keep it moving and stop making excuses. We'll be good. Love yourself. Love the people around you. Look in the mirror and hug yourself. Check me out next week. Oh, and by the way, what was I going to say? A lot of people around you, when you start changing, you start doing your dance, you know what I'm saying? When you start making it happen, you start doing things that you didn't normally do and changing your behaviors and stuff, and you maybe start dreaming and start believing and understanding that you can do these things, the people around you are going to have a problem with that. Not because of you and not because you can't do it, And maybe they say some weird stuff like you can't do that, or that's illegal, or, you know, you didn't go to school for that, or, you know, most people around you, when you tell them, they'll tell you how you can and how you won't. You got to be patient and persevere. Because it's not you, it's them. And you're challenging their reality of how they see the world, because they have you in this little box, and they're comfortable with that. But it's not up to you to make people comfortable. You be who you are and do what you do and be great and add to this so that we all can partake. Love y'all. Peace to the God.
On this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.